Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question.
Please. You are out of line, Congressman.
Don't try to bully me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are playing politics.
I am a public servant who has served this nation, and
you won't answer the question.
On our country's darkest day.
Mr. Committee will come to order.
Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that day?
No, I wasn't. I was there representing the United States Secret Service, sir.
Mr. Fallon, your time's expired.
It did not affect protective operations.
You know why you were there? Because you wanted to be visible, because you are auditioning for this job.
I was there to pay respect for a fallen member of this agency.
You endangered President
out of line, Congressman.
Vice President Harris's life, because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Did you have a radio with you?
Mr. Fallon, your time has expired.
I did, sir, and you are out of line.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
There was absolute chaos on Capitol Hill today. You just saw that right there. That was a MAGA Republican Congress member, Pat Fallon from Texas. He was yelling at the Secret Service Director, Ronald Rowe. Let me contextualize what you just saw, and then I'll show you a little bit more of that exchange. So MAGA Republican Congress member Pat Fallon displayed a photo of the Secret Service Director, Ronald Rowe, at a 9/11 memorial event. And then he accused the Secret Service Director, Ronald Rowe, of engaging in a publicity stunt at the 9/11 memorial event to try to get a permanent job as the new Secret Service director. And that's why the MAGA Republican says that the Secret Service director positioned himself in that area. And then the Secret Service director said, I was there at 9/11. How dare you accuse me of that? So this was all part of the hearing, the special task force looking into what went down in Butler, Pennsylvania, the assassination attempt at Donald Trump. Let me show you a little bit more of that exchange now that you know the full context. Let's play it.
Seeing is the sack of the detail out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. Mm-hmm. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you,
Congressman.
Were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect for a Secret Service member that died on 9/11.
Oh, that you were trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and you are out of line.
I would like to ask him a question.
Please.
You are out of line, Congressman.
Don't try to bully me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are playing politics.
I am a public servant who has served this nation, and
you won't answer the question.
On our country's darkest day.
Committee will come to order. Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious.
Now, the sparks were flying throughout Capitol Hill today as well. You have the Republican Senator Joni Ernst going on Fox indicating that she's not yet prepared to support Donald Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. And Hegseth's mommy has been going on Fox and reaching out to senators like Ernst and others, asking the senators if they can please allow her son, the mommy of Hegseth, her son, to become Secretary of Defense. Here, play this clip.
Okay, it doesn't sound on your answer that you've gotten to a yes. If I'm wrong about that, correct me. And if that is the case, it sounds to me as if the hearing will be critical for his nomination. Am I right about that?
I think you are right. I think for a number of our senators, they want to make sure that any allegations have been cleared. And that's why we have to have a very thorough vetting process. And that's why I was happy to sit down with Pete and have that conversation with him yesterday. So again, all I will say at this time is that we did have a very thorough discussion over a number of those issues. And the vetting will continue, I am certain, through the next month or so until we approach that hearing date.
And he has
elsewhere on Capitol Hill, MAGA Republicans were engaged in performative outrage. You have MAGA Republican Nancy Mace was walking around with a bullhorn right there, yelling at protesters and making sure protesters were locked up for protesting her bill to ban trans women from using the women's bathroom. That's Nancy Mace's big focus. The MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives have already banned the one trans woman in Congress, Congresswoman McBride, from using the women's bathroom. And then Nancy Mace recorded this video. Let's play the clip.
All right, so some tranny protesters showed up at the Capitol today to protest my bathroom bill, but they got arrested, poor things. So I have a message for the protesters who got arrested. You ready? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney, be present during any question. If you cannot afford an attorney, I doubt many of you can, one will be provided to you at the government's expense.
It should be noted that last night in Mar-a-Lago, one of Donald Trump's top surrogates, Sophia Hutchins, a trans woman, here she is wearing a red dress right outside the Mar-a-Lago women's restroom. So I guess different rules apply there. We then also had MAGA Republican Senator from Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin, going on CNN and saying that Pete Hegseth's mommy calling up senators, MAGA Republican senators, and telling them to vote to confirm Hegseth and promising that Hegseth won't be a drunk and won't sexually assault women anymore. That's been very persuasive to the MAGA Republican senators who are now leaning to confirm Hegseth because the mommy of Hegseth called. Here, play this clip.
It's more likely or less likely that he gets confirmed than it was 24 or 48 hours ago.
Oh, I think it's more likely now. I don't know if you got the opportunity to watch his mother on Fox this morning, but she did just a phenomenal job, put a lot of those questions to rest, and he's up here working hard. And the more he meets with people, as I said, the more positive response we get. So every day he's doing what he needs to do. We're getting closer to the ability to get him confirmed. But like I said, it's a tough road for him, but it is a 100% doable.
Here's Pete Hegseth telling MSNBC that he's not going to be dropping out as long as he still has Donald Trump's support. Play this clip.
Mr. Hegseth, do you feel like you're making progress in these meetings?
Great meetings.
Yeah.
Appreciate the process. Senators give great advice, and this is how the process works. It's not going to be tried out here. Mm-hmm. It's going to be discussed inside the offices, how we rebuild our military, put the warfighters first. That's what President Trump has asked me to do, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Are there any circumstances where you would withdraw from this process?
I'm here with the support of President Donald Trump. As long as he supports me, which he told me this morning, I'll be here.
Mm-hmm. And it's come to our attention, you've been addressing these questions about alcohol use in these meetings. What are you telling senators about what you'd be like as Secretary of Defense on that issue?
That's why I'm telling senators and not you.
Here is Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren talking about how Hegseth is not just unqualified, he should be disqualified. Play this clip.
Stand up and vouch for me. But the reality is, what woman says, I want to dedicate my career to defending my country as part of active duty military, when I know that the guy at the top who's going to set the tone for the entire military is somebody who himself is credibly accused of having been one of those guys on the front line who was one of the ones who was after women over and over and over, including in the workplace. And he's the guy who's supposed to be in charge and make this a military that is open to both men and the women we need in service. That's not going to work. And I say this by way of saying, whatever else you want to say about him, this is a problem for our national defense, and that means he is not unqualified to be the Secretary of Defense. He is disqualified to be the Secretary of Defense.
Finally, let me show you this. This is Jake Tapper with Senator Eric Schmidt, MAGA Republican, speaking about Hegseth. Play it.
I don't think that's a reason why you would dismiss somebody from a very important role like this. And so, I said the facts and the allegations because the facts of the infidelities of how he has run his personal life are just facts and, frankly, as a married man and a father, absolutely disgraceful. But beyond that, there are these allegations. He paid hush money to his accuser in California. I've never paid hush money to anybody.
Well, he settled a lawsuit that, again, the underlying charges were deemed by a prosecutor as baseless. And those are the facts. But again, I think this is again, people are entitled to ask these questions. He's entitled to give an answer, and he's answering those questions. And the Senate's going to come together and vote on his nomination to lead an agency that has failed another audit, that has recruitment problems because it's dividing the room by race with this divisive, discriminatory DEI agenda that they have. It's been politicized like every other agency under this Biden administration.
So all of that going on Capitol Hill. We'll keep you posted as we learn more here on the MeidasTouch Network. But those are all the main developments right now. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Check us out too at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Thanks.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.